Peter Thiel put $1,700 into a retirement account, and 20 years later that same account was worth $5 billion. And here is the part that should make you sit up. He paid zero tax on all of it. Not a discount, not a lower rate, zero. $5 billion, tax-free. Now I know what you are already thinking. He is a billionaire, he has an army of lawyers, this is some secret rich person trick you and I will never get near. That is exactly what I thought too, and it is wrong. Because the account Thiel used is the same account a nurse, a teacher, a delivery driver, anyone with earned income can open at almost any bank in America this afternoon. Same account, same rules, the government literally designed it for regular people. So the real question is not what did the billionaire do? The real question is, why did it work for him and barely move the needle for everyone else who has the exact same tool sitting right in front of them? There is one move he made that changed everything, and almost nobody copies it. I am going to show you exactly what it was, but you have to understand the first few pieces first, or the big one at the end will just sound like magic instead of something you can actually do. So let me build this up from the ground, slowly, because the power is in how the pieces stack. Stay with me because it flips completely about 2/3 of the way through. Start with the account itself. It is called a Roth IRA. And on the surface it is the most boring thing in personal finance. You put money in, it grows, you take it out when you retire. That is it. That is the whole pitch. Except one detail hides inside that boring sentence, and that detail is the entire reason we are having this conversation. Here is the detail. With a normal retirement account, a traditional 401k or a traditional IRA, you get a tax break today. The money goes in before tax, it grows, and then decades later when you pull it out, the government taxes every single dollar you withdraw. You are basically kicking the tax bill down the road. A Roth does the opposite. You pay the tax now, today, on the money going in, it is already taxed, and in exchange, the government makes you a promise. Everything that account earns from that day forward, all the growth, all the gains, is never taxed again. Not when it grows, not when you sell inside it, not when you finally take it out in retirement, never. Now for most people that promise sounds like a small thing. You are thinking, okay, I save a little tax on my savings account, big deal. And if you only ever put in a few $1,000s a year and it grows slowly, yeah, it is a nice benefit, but it is not $5 billion. So watch what happens when you stop thinking about it as a savings account and start thinking about it as a container. That word container is the key that unlocks the whole thing. A Roth is not an investment, it does not do anything on its own. It is a wrapper, a box, and whatever you put inside that box grows without the taxman ever reaching in. So the entire game, the entire billionaire move, comes down to one question that almost nobody asks: what do you put in the box? Let me show you the ordinary version first, the version a normal person can run, so you feel how the engine works. Then I will show you what Thiel did differently, because it is the same engine, just aimed at something enormous. The ordinary version, you are allowed to put in around $7,000 a year. Say you do that every year starting in your 20s, and you put it into a simple fund that tracks the whole stock market. Nothing fancy, no stock picking. Over decades, at historical averages, that steady $7,000 a year can grow into well over $1 million by the time you retire. Now here is the fork in the road. If that $1 million grew inside a normal taxable account, the moment you start living off it, you owe capital gains tax on all the growth. That could be a couple $100,000 handed to the government over your retirement. But inside the Roth box, that same $1 million is yours. All of it. The government already got its cut on the seed money, the small amounts you put in along the way, and it agreed never to touch the harvest. That difference alone, on an ordinary salary, is often the price of a house. Let me make that real with actual numbers, because the gap is bigger than it sounds. Say two people each grow the same investment to $1 million over their working life, and the money they actually put in along the way, the seed, adds up to around $200,000. That means $800,000 of that pile is pure growth. Person A held it in a normal taxable account. When they sell it in retirement, the government taxes that $800,000 of growth, and depending on the state and the year, that is easily $150,000 to $200,000 gone. Person B held the identical investment inside the Roth box. They sell it and the tax bill is a flat zero. Same market, same fund, same deposits. One of them just handed a small fortune to the taxman, for no reason other than which container they used. That is not a rounding error. That is years of your life, taxed away, because of a decision you could have made in an afternoon. And you might wonder why on earth the government would ever agree to give away that much tax. Here is the quiet reason. When you fund a Roth, they get their tax now, up front, this year, on the seed. Politicians love money now, more than money later, because now is inside their term and later is somebody else's problem. So they cut this deal decades ago, and once the deal is made, it is a promise written into the account. There is one small string attached, the so-called 5-year rule, which just means the account has to have been open at least 5 years, and you generally have to be past retirement age to pull the growth out cleanly. Follow that, and the tax-free promise is ironclad. They cannot change their mind on money already inside the box. But that is the small version. $1 million tax-free is life-changing for a regular person, and honestly, if that is all you take from this video, you have already won. Thiel was playing the same game with the same bucks. He just did one thing that turned a container into a cannon, and this is where it starts to get interesting. Rewind to 1999. Peter Thiel is a co-founder of a tiny startup that most people had never heard of. That startup was PayPal. Now here is the move. He did not put cash into his Roth. He put shares in, founder shares of his own company, at a moment when the company was brand new and those shares were officially valued at basically nothing. We are talking a tenth of a penny per share. So with roughly $1,700, he was able to buy over $1.5 million of those shares and drop them inside the Roth box. Do you see what just happened? He did not put $1,700 of money into the account. He put $1,700 worth of a rocket into the account, at the exact moment before the rocket lit. And every single thing that rocket did after that, every bit of growth, happened inside the tax-free box. PayPal took off, it got bought by eBay. Thiel took that money, still inside the Roth, and did it again. He put it into another tiny company you might have heard of, a little thing called Facebook, back when it was barely a website. And again, rolling the winnings from one bet into the next. All of it compounding inside a container the tax man was legally forbidden from touching. By the time reporters got hold of the account records, that $1,700 seed had grown into a Roth worth $5 billion. $5 billion, tax-free. Now stop, because I need you to catch the thing that most people miss when they hear this story. They walk away thinking, well, of course he was a founder, he had access to shares worth a tenth of a penny, I never will. And that part is true. You and I are not going to seed a $5 billion company inside our Roth. But that is not the lesson. The lesson is what he understood about the box that almost nobody else does. And you can copy the understanding even if you can never copy the shares. Here it is. He put his single highest growth asset inside the tax-free wrapper. Not his safe money, not his cash, not a boring bond. His most explosive highest upside bet went in the box because the box only rewards you in proportion to how much the thing inside it grows. $1 of growth outside the box gets taxed. $1 of growth inside the box does not. So the more something grows, the more insane it is to hold it anywhere but inside the Roth. Thiel just took that idea to its absolute maximum, and now watch, because this is where it comes home to you, the ordinary earner, and this is the move I promised at the very start. It has a name. Professionals call it asset location. And most people, including people who are pretty good with money, do it exactly backwards. Here is the backwards version, the one you might be doing right now without knowing it. People tend to keep their safe, slow investments, their bonds, their cash, in the retirement account, and they keep their exciting, high-growth stocks in a regular taxable account where every gain gets taxed. Think about how upside down that is. You are sheltering the thing that barely grows and exposing the thing that grows the most. You are using your one tax-free container to protect the asset that needed protecting the least. The Thiel principle flips it. Put your highest expected growth inside the Roth. If you own an aggressive growth fund and a boring bond fund, the growth fund belongs in the tax-free box, and the bond can sit in the taxable account, because the bond was never going to generate much of a tax bill anyway. Same money, same investments, just placed in the right containers. And over 30 years, that single decision, which costs you nothing and takes an afternoon to set up, can quietly be worth 6 figures in taxes you simply never pay. But I can hear the objection forming. Somebody out there is thinking, this is nice, but I make too much money, or not enough, and I heard there are income limits on a Roth. And you are right, there are. And this is the second half of the trick, the part that keeps it from being a rule that only works for the middle. Because if you earn above a certain level, the government says you cannot contribute to a Roth directly. On paper, that shuts high earners out. Except it does not, and the workaround is so well known among financial planners that it has a name of its own. It is called the backdoor. Here is the whole idea in one breath. You are allowed to put money into a different kind of IRA with no income limit, and you are allowed to convert that account into a Roth. So high earners put the money in one door and walk it straight through to the other. The income limit on the front door turns out to have a side entrance the law leaves wide open. It is completely legal, it is done constantly, and it is very likely how a lot of high-earning professionals are quietly building tax-free wealth right now while their coworkers assume the Roth is off limits to them. And there is an even bigger version of that side door, the one that lets some people move not $7,000, but tens of thousands of dollars a year into Roth territory through their workplace plan. It is nicknamed the mega backdoor, and where a regular workplace plan might cap your Roth contributions low, this route can let the right person shovel $30,000, $40,000, even close to $70,000 a year into the tax-free box if their employer plan allows it. Think about that stacked against the Thiel principle. A high earner who fills a mega backdoor every year with an aggressive growth fund is in slow motion running the same play he ran fast. Not with founder shares, but with volume and time. That one has its own rules, and it is the subject for another day. But I want you to know it exists, because the ceiling on this is much higher than most people ever realize. So let us pull the whole thing back together, because the pieces have been stacking and I want you to feel the full shape of it now. 1. The Roth is not an investment, it is a tax-free container, and the entire game is what you choose to put inside. 2. The tax-free promise only pays off in proportion to growth, so the container is wasted on safe assets and it is a weapon around high-growth ones. 3. Thiel did not break any rule. He simply put the single most explosive asset he had access to inside the box at the earliest possible moment, and let compounding do the rest for 2 decades. 4. You copy the principle, not the shares, by putting your highest growth investments inside the Roth and your safe ones outside. And 5. Even if you earn too much to walk in the front door, the back door is right there and it is legal. Now here is the uncomfortable mirror, and this is the whole reason this story matters. That $5 billion account was not built with a secret only billionaires can access. It was built with an account you can open today, a principle you can apply this weekend, and a habit of pointing your best growth into a tax-free box year after year. The billionaire and the beginner are handed the exact same tool. The only difference is that one of them understood what the tool was actually for and pointed it at the right thing early, and the other one either never opened it or filled it with the wrong stuff. Remember the question I asked at the start? Why did it work for him and barely move for everyone else with the same account? Now you have the answer, and it is almost annoying in how simple it is. Most people either never open the box at all, or they open it and put the boring stuff inside, sheltering the asset that needed no shelter while their real growth gets taxed year after year in a regular account. The billionaire just aimed the box at the fastest growing thing he had. That is the entire secret. That is it. So you are not going to seed the next PayPal inside your Roth. Fine. You do not need to. You need to do 3 small things, and you can start the first one tonight. Open the account if you do not have one. It takes about 15 minutes at any major brokerage. Put your highest growth investment inside it, instead of your safest one, and if you earn too much to contribute directly, look up the back door and use it. Those 3 moves will not make you Peter Thiel, but over a lifetime they can quietly hand you hundreds of thousands of dollars that you would otherwise have simply given away in tax, 1 year at a time, without ever noticing it leaving. And this is not only a founder's story. Buried in those same records was a man named Ted Weschler, an investment manager, not a startup founder, who used the exact same ordinary account and grew his Roth to over $260 million. No secret shares, no startup, just the principle, applied relentlessly, for decades. He is the proof that the engine works even when you are not sitting on a company you founded. It rewards the person who understands the container and feeds it patiently, over and over, for a very long time. If this rewired how you think about that boring little retirement account even slightly, subscribe, because the next video breaks down the backdoor Roth step by step. The exact sequence, so a high earner who thinks they are locked out can set the whole thing up in an afternoon without a single mistake. And once you see how few steps it actually takes, you are going to wonder why nobody ever just told you. The box was always right there. Thiel just knew what to put in it.